Shalom bimromav yaseh shalom.
This week, in Parshat Korach, we read about one of the great rebellions in Jewish history. Korach and his group of followers and fellow rebels mount a protest against the leadership of Moses and Aaron, and Moses makes a dramatic intervention. And I'm going to call this How Not to End a Rebellion. So let's begin at the beginning. Korach rebels. Korach and his followers rebel against Moses, and they challenge his leadership. We're all holy. Why do you lift yourself up above us? Why do you give yourself airs and graces? It's too much. Korach rebels. Korach, son of Kohat, the son of Levi, who was very envious that he wasn't made a Kohen. Then there were some people from the tribe of Reuven. Don't forget, Reuven was Jacob's firstborn son, so how come none of the Reubenites got positions of leadership? And there were 250 Israelite men from other tribes, well-known community leaders. How come nobody invited us? In other words, it was a typical Jewish broiges. Why weren't we invited? Why aren't we on the leadership team? And so on. And the question is, what happens next? And as you know, something rather dramatic happens. Moses prays that the ground opens up and swallows his followers alive. He says, if the Lord brings about something totally new, and the earth opens its mouth and swallows them with everything that belongs to them, and they go down alive into the realm of the dead, then I'm the leader and not them. Now, I would call that a pretty reasonable way of ending a conflict. Would we not like all those people who are against us, that the ground should open up and swallow them alive? You would have thought that's a pretty effective means of conflict resolution. Well, you would have thought, since what Moses prayed to happen happened, and happened immediately, it would have ended the conflict. Right? What happens next? The next day, the whole Israelite community grumbled against Moses and Aaron. You've killed the Lord's people, they said. It didn't end the conflict. They are still complaining. And something very serious then happens. God sends a plague against the people. The plague has started, says Moses. Go and do something, says Aaron. And by the end, 14,700 people died from the plague. It did not end the conflict. Now, this is odd, because we know that if you have a really serious problem and you want a miracle to prove your point, and the miracle happens, the miracle solves the problem. You remember, Moses says, Hein lo yaminu li, they won't believe me. God says, you want to persuade the Israelites that you're the guy? Take your staff and it'll turn into a snake and they'll believe you. And you know what? He took the staff, it turned into a snake, and they believed him. Moses says, but Pharaoh won't listen to me. Moses